Hi, I'm Holly, your new host of a show on WHHI, Timeless Interiors, where we're going to bring you to some ordinary spaces and turn them into extraordinary places. And today, we're starting with Family Promise, a nonprofit organization located in Bluffton, South Carolina. In December, we had a drawing of nonprofit organizations, and Family Promise was nominated dozens of times for all of their efforts here in the Lowcountry. Come on in, let's step inside.
I'm Elliott Brown, and I work at Family Promise. And Family Promise is a homeless shelter for families with children. There are 350 homeless children in Beaufort County. We work to find them a home, we give them shelter in the meanwhile, and then we work to address any of the barriers that cause them to become homeless.
Marvelous, marvelous. Elliott, tell us, how did you feel when we drew your name?
I couldn't believe it. Y'all, Timeless Interiors already does so much to help our families move into a house of their own and help us get furniture. I just couldn't believe we could win this as well.
Thank you so much. Elliott, you have some particular needs here at this facility in creating the space and the right environment for the families that come and join you. Could you tell us a little bit more about what your needs are for this space that we're going to transform?
We have several needs, and there are three areas where our families spend a lot of time, and that is a day room, a family room where they eat, they watch TV, kids do homework, and then we have two quiet rooms where the children sleep and take naps, and one of them is also a meeting room where families, especially mothers, meet with their therapists and counselors.
Elliott, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this building and what the actual function of this building is?
Our families sleep in churches at night, and during the day they come here to work on all their goals with the case manager, to find jobs, to find homes, to take care of their children, to do homework. Everything is done here. And
you have volunteers that come, and this is the place that they tend to the needs?
We have 600 volunteers a year that help us out to make this program run, and this is just the hub of all operations.
Marvelous.
Promise.
Yes, yes, very nice. And tell us a little bit more. I know you have a campaign that you are trying to achieve a certain goal. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit more about that?
We're trying to buy this building. It costs a lot to rent, and we're trying to save as much money as we can. So we're kicking off a capital campaign to purchase this building. And people can donate to the capital campaign by going to our website at familypromisebeaufortcounty.org or go to our Facebook page.
And please, please make donations. Take out your wallet, contribute what you can, as much or as little as you can. And now we'd like to take you into the other space, the family room here that we're going to be transforming. Come on along with us. Well, here we are in the heartbeat of the center. Elliott, why don't you tell us a little bit more about how this space is used and the functionality of the space?
This is a multi-purpose family room. We have the couch for families to sit and watch TV or talk to each other and have a nice time when they're not working on their case management goals. We have a dining room area where families eat, and a kitchen area where they prepare the food for the children and for themselves. It's kind of drab in here, so we're hoping to get it spruced up, and we're very excited about that. The couch has writing all over it because little kids are here, mostly little kids. And we have an area over there that we would really like to have for teenagers. Teenagers don't have much space around here, and they need to be able to do homework. We're going to put a computer there, so it'd be nice to have a desk. And just a little area where they can just hang out and have a little space by themselves. We also have some overflow of our kitchen's appliance. We don't have enough kitchen counter space for the toaster oven and the coffee pot to all go on there, so that's exciting.
Right, right. So you'd like to see the space a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more cheery here for all of your families. They spend the days in this area primarily, is that right?
They spend most of the days in here when they're not at school, working, or working on the computer. They're in here.
I'm very excited to accomplish that for you. I've got some great things in mind.
Yay.
Tell me a little bit more. there's another space, the room that we just came out of. Tell us a little bit more about that room.
That's the meeting room / quiet room. It's also a multi-purpose room. It's called the Chessie room because we have a wonderful volunteer who does mental health counseling with our moms and some of our children, and their dog died and they did a memorial to them, so we call it the Chessie room in honor of her. And we also have another quiet room where it's the main quiet room where families put their children down to go to sleep. We have a bed in there for the older children and a crib for the babies.
Okay, so probably a quiet room, the first quiet room, maybe something a little bit more peaceful for counseling and something a little bit more cheery for the younger toddlers, perhaps.
That would be awesome.
Yes, yes. Okay, that sounds super. Before we take a quick break, let's summarize what your needs are here at Family Promise of Beaufort County.
We need a transformation of the family room, new couch, teenager area, more dining space, more counter space. We need a quiet room to be more exciting, to be more functional.
We can't forget donations. Donations, donations from everyone. Please look up Family Promise of Beaufort County also. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. There's so much more to come right here on Timeless Interiors. Welcome back to Timeless Interiors. This is Joe, the General Manager at Timeless Interiors. Joe, what do you think about the space that we're going to transform for Elliott?
I think that it's really important that we make sure that everything is very family-centric, and certainly I get what she was saying with it being a little bit drab. You know, the colors are ones that are just very natural, and I think it'll be nice to brighten the place up.
I'm envisioning probably because you're going to have adults spending time in here as well as the children, teens, all ages. I'm thinking possibly something with a big punch of color, maybe a red or an orange sofa to cheer you up, a great big beautiful piece of artwork on the wall here, something super cheery. And then I'm thinking about maybe some chairs that either the teenagers or the children could use. We'll probably keep mom and dad on the couch.
And we have to remember to do something for the teenage section. Since it's only a little desk relegated to the back corner, they probably need something to be able to, especially keep things out of the way of the kids, right? Like all the grabby hands.
Yeah. Maybe we could put all of their work up in a top shelf unit. Maybe if we did something perhaps white or a nice bright color to pop on this back wall for the teenagers. They won't feel so lost in that space. It'll cheer them up while they're working. I'm noticing there's no coffee table. And oh boy, we need to do some kind of storage over here for the TV.
Yeah.
And I did notice on the dining area,
it's pretty small.
Yeah, it's small. And I think they could use new chairs.
Yeah.
They're not very cheery, and I don't think they have adequate seating for the space. So perhaps we could bring something in, maybe a nice solid wood table.
Yeah, I think the other thing that we might like to do is to paint the crib. I think that we have some new natural paints that aren't harmful, and we can just take the older donated crib and update it with just a quick paint.
Absolutely, and it's wonderful that we can refinish, we can paint, we can provide the refinishing. If anything happens to perhaps the table, if they take a chunk out of it, goes right into the shop, we can handle that right on site for them, and we can keep abreast of what their needs are moving forward too. So also the quiet room in the front that we were in, what did we have in mind for that space?
Well, we have to keep the futon, which
that's right.
you know, it's a little dated, but it's functional.
And it doesn't have crayons like the sectional does. The kids got to this, but that's certainly a workable piece of furniture for that room.
But I think that the coffee table, the end tables, you know, some artwork, some different things there. And I know it's important that we have the picture of Chessie, so that'll be integrated into it all as well. But by the time we're done.
And what a beautiful story that is. Well, we've got our work cut out for us, but in the meantime, why don't we check in with the other charities that were nominated that are our runners-up and learn a little bit more about what they do here in the Lowcountry. Okay, and now we have Gwen from Bluffton Self-Help. Gwen, you are one of our runners-up, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about your nonprofit. Why don't you tell everyone what exactly Bluffton Self-Help provides to this community.
We offer food distribution, clothing closet, and we also have financial assistance. We work with our community. We help our Bluffton neighbors, and if anyone is interested in volunteering or coming out and seeing what we're about, they can visit us at 39 Sheridan Park Circle, Suite 10, and call us at 757-8000.
Okay, Gwen, one of the things I know you do, because we have had some experience where we've needed your help, one of my employees' homes burnt down.
Right.
You all stepped in and you provided a wonderful needed service at the time for him. Why don't you tell people a little bit more about what you do when that happens to someone?
Well, in an emergency need, we assess the need, and we also we have financial assistance. So if we aren't able to help, we will put them in touch with the right organizations that can. What we do as far as financial assistance is we assess the need. If they need food or clothes in an emergency need basis, we give them, for a family of 4, we give them the food and clothing that they'll need to help them out during their time of need.
Yes, you did. You provided some temporary housing to fulfill the emergency need. You also provided some food, and you also provided the clothing, donations from others. And it was wonderful, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that your organization does. So everyone, please look up Bluffton Self-Help, and anything you could do to help them or to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Gwen.
Thank you.
And with me now is Jean with the Literacy Volunteers of the Lowcountry. And Jean, you were a runner-up. I'm so sorry that you didn't win.
We are too.
You were our runner-up, and I wanted you to tell us a little bit more about your nonprofit. It's so very needed and important in the area, and I don't think that our viewers know enough about it yet. So why don't you give us just a brief on what you do?
Well, we equip adults with the reading, writing, speaking, and math skills they need to be successful at home, at work, and in our communities. Right now in Beaufort County, there are about over 10,000 adults who do not read well or are considered functionally illiterate. And we have a number of programs. We have an English language program for individuals who aren't native English speakers, and we have a basic literacy or pre-GED program for individuals who don't read or write very well, or they want to go on to get their high school equivalency diploma or GED. We actually offer classes a number of times throughout the day to help accommodate people's schedules. We have morning classes, and then we have evening classes. So what we find, it's interesting, a lot of times our morning classes are predominantly women. Their husbands are working and their kids are in school, so they come in the morning and take classes in the morning. In the evening, we find that kind of shifts. We have the women who are home with the kids, and then the men come in because they've been working all day. And it is really amazing to me. Our students are so motivated. A lot of them work very tough manual labor types of jobs.
Absolutely.
They rush home very quickly, they shower, they eat, and they come to class.
Does the money stay locally here in our community? And what do you do with that money when you get the donations?
Yes, the money does stay local. Our program is totally local, right here in Beaufort County. The money goes to cover everything from the cost of books and materials for our students, to the recruitment of tutors and the training of tutors, to salaries, to our overhead, our electric bill, our classroom materials. Just, everything stays right here, either goes to our Hilton Head location or our Bluffton location or to our Beaufort location.
Marvelous. Good, good, good. Jean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we hope we can help you, and we hope you win the next one.
Thanks,
and
we do too.
Stay tuned on Timeless Interiors. The big reveal is coming right up. Welcome back to Timeless Interiors. And here we are with Elliott and the big reveal. Elliott.
Wow, wow, it's so amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
It brightens up the shelter so much.
Yes, our whole concept is to add the cheer, add the life, add the fun, and let's talk about a little bit of what we redone in the space. The table here. What were you thinking about this table?
That more of our families can sit down at one time and eat together as a family.
Right, right. And the colors and the what we did was we ran that table through the shop so we could add a little bit more of the custom white in all of the graining. We also customized the chairs to be white to coordinate have a little bit of pop off of your cabinets, and we wanted them to be easy to clean. We also reupholstered the seats for you. We coordinated that with the sofa and the whole space. We wanted to make sure it all tied together and it all stayed bright and cheery. So your new family room space. What do you think about the family room?
It's pretty amazing, very cheerful, and again, everybody, all the families can sit together now and enjoy TV. And one of the things, the best things about it, I believe, is that our families come in and they're at rock bottom of their lives. They're very sad. They are scared to come into shelter, and they walk in here and they see something cheerful and welcoming, and they're not as scared to come into shelter.
Right, right. The most important thing that I wanted to focus on was happy. Creating a happy space, because you're creating a happy future life for every one of these folks that you see come through your shelter here. We gave you some swivel chairs so they could turn, watch TV, and then also brought in the mirror that you're going to have, and we coordinated your dining table with your coffee table. The kids could take a hammer to it. It won't be a problem for us. When you're dealing with wonderful solid wood, we could always fix it. And we do that right in our shop. So we've got some bright colors. I thought a butterfly and a punch of color on the back wall. And then the other thing we did was your desk. You wanted a workstation for your teenagers.
They can finally do homework and have a place to do what they need to do and be away from everybody else while they do it.
Right.
Thank you.
And a little bit more organized. And again, we wanted to repeat the color of the cabinets to kind of stretch it on this wall and keep it bright and keep it so we could clean it. We changed your bookcase here. We thought the other one just wasn't good enough for the space. We wanted to make sure we gave you a new current style. The same thing on the industrial cart that we have, your TV console. It's on wheels. It's a younger style. Thinking again for your console underneath your mirror, I wanted to tuck away your leather ottoman, secure it underneath, and everything I wanted to address is it's geared more towards a younger mom, younger children, fun, cheery, and the selections as far as the fabrics and the pieces are something a mom would walk into and say, oh my goodness, I love that. It feels like home. Tell me about the people that come in and actually use this shelter.
The average age of a homeless person in the United States is 9 years old out of all homeless people.
Wow.
So it is a younger population.
9 years old, and most of the moms, they're most of them in their 20s?
Most of the moms are in their 20s, 22 to 30 is our average.
And that's what gave me the inspiration for the colors and for the styles that we chose here. And now let's take a look at some of the other spaces that we did for you. Okay, here we are in the quiet room. You remember what it looked like before? And here we have the after. Elliott, what we did was we used a piece of artwork as the focal point of the room. We wanted to have it soothing. We wanted it to be quiet, and we added a little bit more warmer tropical feel. We have a coffee table that coordinates with the palm tree look, very soothing, and we tried to make everything.
I love the fish. That's my favorite.
We tried to make it child-friendly also, so they could play and utilize the space, and they're not going to do any damage. We made sure we don't have the glass in this piece of artwork. We have a wonderful plant that you had originally. We just raised it, elevated it, so you could feel its presence a little bit more. And we recycled your chairs that you had. Gave it a pop of a little tropical rug, and here we have it. Done.
Wow, another wow. The tropical, the colors, everything. It's a multi-purpose room, and you kind of pulled that all together so people can sleep in here when needed and people can get counseling here when needed. And yet it's not as boring as it was before. Thank you.
Thank you, Elliott. Okay, let's move on to the child's room. Elliott, here we are in the children's quiet room. Tell me, what do you think?
It is so bright and cheerful. Perfect
Yay!
for a child.
What we've done here is we took your old crib, we applied the natural clay and chalk paints because this product is used and it's safe. There's no harmful chemicals at all. We know that the kids teethe, and I know my own children would teethe right over here on the side of the bar while they were standing up and hollering to get picked up. And nothing harmful at all will enter into any of the toddlers' bodies by using this paint. And we put in a bed. Of course, we've got posts on the headboard, and none on the footboard so the kids could have easy access because it is a small space. We wanted to make the most of the small space that you had, so we livened it with an ABC picture.
I love the ABC picture. Our children are learning. We're working with all of our children while they're in here on their developmental process, and all the children that sleep in here are learning their ABCs.
Yes, I could see that by the books as we redid the family room space, so I thought this would be perfect and appropriate, coordinated and tied all together for us. A little white nightstand is perfect, something tiny, and a beautiful round mirror, just high enough so when children put their little fingers on it, they're not going to take the mirror down. Mom can use it when she's putting down the little ones, and it pulls it all together. So overall, what do you think about what we've done?
I think it's amazing, especially the crib, because it was not very pretty at all beforehand, and now we could sell it for $1 million. It's so beautiful.
Well, we just wanted to point out that these are all things that we feature at Timeless Interiors. We sell the paint, we do the service, we do the upholstering, we do the refinishing on the shop right there on the premises, and we'd love to answer any questions that you might have about this and any of the other products or services that you've seen today on this episode. Thank you for watching Timeless Interiors, and thank you Family Promise for all that you do changing lives in the Lowcountry. Visit us online at timelesshhi.com. And remember, at Timeless Interiors, great design isn't just a fad, it's timeless.